There we go. Now here I am. This is Brian's artistic creations and garden, anything I can do. Now ready to plant flat half runner beans in my fabric pots. These things have worked out so well for me for the last 2 years, 2.5 years really, that I absolutely love them. So here we go. And it is, wow, this is looking good. This soil is perfect. I've got twigs from beans from last year still here, where I had Kentucky Wonders in these pots, but I'm out of Kentucky Wonder seed, and my sweet little Aunt Luann loves White Half Runners. I was finally able to find White Half Runner seed. Getting started super early, so here's hoping we have a crop for Aunt Luann. I'm going to put about 10 seeds per container. Okay, here we go. This is actually going rather quickly today with these. There's 4 going over into that one. What you want to do is just get them lightly covered with soil, then go back with a mister on your hose set at mister setting, nozzle, and you'll do good. You will do well. This is going to be fantastic. So this is probably going to be a rather short video. I just made a video on my Kentucky Wonder planting them, but the problem with them was I had to completely clean out a lot of weeds from those pots, and these don't have weeds in them. So I'm very excited. I've already got 2 pots finished. And that is something else. And here I go to another one. So that's 2 done, several to go. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pots to plant. So I'm well on my way. Now in these pots I also have some sweet potato slips from last fall that I put in, and hopefully they're still in there and living and doing what they need to do. And really, you just scatter these seeds in here closer to the cattle panel. I have cattle panel tunnels that I put up last year, and I'm telling you, these are the best things ever was, because your beans and vines, anything will grow to them. I have tomatoes on the other side that I have in the cattle panels, and all you have to do is run string from the top of those to keep your tomatoes in check and in line as they grow. So that is fantastic. I get so excited. I cannot curb my enthusiasm when it comes time to plant my little gardens. I'm just a 12-year-old at heart. I get childish joy from all of these things. And if you have never planted yourself a garden and never tried to, I suggest you try. It's so much easier than you ever would think it is. And I have a few little tips of things that I do, and I'm a complete amateur, but I have been gardening successfully because, you know what? Mother Nature is more in charge than you are, and Mother Nature helps you out. Seeing things grow, seeing all the different varieties of plants and vegetables and, all of the, I try to do organic gardening. I don't use harsh chemicals on anything because, I've put bad stuff in my body all my life. Now I'm 56 years old and it's time I be kinder to my body. All right, here we go. I'm really on my way to being finished with this little sowing these seeds. This little project, fantastic. And I'm putting a lot of seeds in here because I want a lot of beans. I want my Aunt Louetta. These are hers. This is just for Louetta. Well, I might have like some of it, but 90% of them will be for her because she doesn't have a place. She lives in Daytona and she doesn't have any place there that sells white half runners. And we're from the mountains of eastern Kentucky, and everybody there loves white half runners. Now, I tried mountain half runners last year and I was not very successful with them. But I think getting started early in this season with the white half runners, I'm excited and I'm very optimistic. And I only have 2 pots left to plant. That is fantastic. Now again, when I get these pots planted, I am going to switch. Well, I'm not switch. I'm going to mist everything in with Mr. Hose. Mr. setting on my hose, on my garden hose. I'm giving these things every chance in the world to give us plenty of green beans. Nothing like green beans. And now to the 8th and final, is it 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th and final pot. And here we go. Now, something else I did over the weekend is I bought a bunch of tomato plants because, it's February, it's spring, it's the end of February here, and that is spring in Central Florida. So, I wanted to be able to get as many tomatoes this season as possible. So I have planted about a week and a half ago 9 different varieties of tomatoes in little clear plastic cups with dome lids. So they each have their little individual greenhouse. And I've bought some white plastic wash pans from the dollar store, and 11 of those cups with the domes on will fit into the wash pans. And the good thing about that is I have this little heat tool that you use for soldering or whatever, and what I did is I took all of those little plastic cups when I ordered them. I ordered 100 of them in a box with the lids from Amazon. Then I put 4 holes in the bottom of them, 1 in the center and then 3 more on the edges in all of these. So it's food grade cups, so nothing harmful leaching out there. And it gives each vegetable that you plant in there a very good start. And I planted more than just vegetables. I planted yesterday loofah gourds, 10 pots of those, 10 little cups of those, and then I also ordered in some bird of paradise tree, which is not like your bird of paradise flower. It's a flowering tree that I think originates in Brazil. And hopefully you had to soak those overnight, which I did. Hopefully they come up. I have 10 cups of those. But I've got Cherokee purple tomatoes and oh my gosh, every type of tomato you can, well, not every type, but a lot of different types of tomatoes that I planted in those cups. I also planted Marketmore cucumbers, and which have already sprouted. Just in a few days they sprouted, and cantaloupe and watermelon, not sugar baby, but crimson sweet watermelon, and muskmelon. So I planted all of those things. Hopefully they'll all come up. I've already seen some Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes coming up, and several different things. But in the meantime, I bought, like I said, 16 tomato plants. Excuse me. Over the weekend. So the allergies are getting to me, so I do apologize. So in the meantime, we just have to wait for everything else to come up and see if I have enough room in my garden for all that I've got planted. I still have to plant okra, green peppers, red pepper. I planted some red peppers. I need to plant some green bell peppers and some jalapenos, and I mean a lot of different things that I like. I'm going to plant corn this year in the yard, I think. I'm going to try it. I tried it in the bins last year and it didn't work. So my thing is, if you fail, you're learning something. So just keep on trying and keep on enjoying what you do. Because if you enjoy it, it's not work. It's fun. And now it's time to water them in with my Mr. Hose. Now, these I've been watering daily, and I watered this morning also. So they just need a little more moisture on top. They don't need a lot. I don't want to give it so much water that it cools it down where the sun's been warming the soil up so nicely. I don't want it to get too cool where it's not going to germinate properly. But the mister is really the best way to do it so that you're not uncovering those seeds that you just covered up, that you just planted. Now I have 3 little pots that I'm going to plant some type of, maybe it's called the dragon seed, dragon bean. It's a bush bean. It's a purple bean. I've got 3 little pots. I'm going to try that in because I only ordered 1 pack of them, I think. And so there's not a whole lot of them. But I'm excited to see how they taste. And I mean, my goodness, my 2024 garden is really off to a great start now. It doesn't take long. I mean, look at this. This is just a few minutes, and I've got 8 pots completely planted with beans. And that's a win-win situation there. Now, what I did a couple of weeks ago was I added some organic fertilizer to all these pots. It's for tomatoes and vegetables. And I just mixed it up in the soil, and I've been watering it. And, you know, that way you've got some more organic food actually in here for these things to start feeding from. And there we go. Didn't take long. And thank you. Now you're following me, and I gotta shut this down. Good. Now